we're going to talk about what is your true identity, okay? Does your religion define you? Does your politics define you? Does your heritage define you? Does your mother and father define you? How do you define yourself? In my book, the Book of Common Point, what is your true identity? That's a deep question. What is your true identity? Basically, in a nutshell, who are you? Okay? Who are you? And how did you become who you are? What religions do you follow? What faith do you believe in? What politics do you follow? What type of food do you eat? Who are you as an individual is designed by how you grew up, okay? We, as human beings, are a mixture, like a giant soup, of what is put into us as we are children, as we're growing up, from the time we're 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, become teenagers, become adults. All this stuff is being put into our brain. Okay, philosophy, religion, politics, hatred, bigotry, ignorance. I'm trying to think of more. There's a slew of things that we become, and it's all this big melting pot inside of us, and that's who we are. But you have the ability to dig deep into that melting pot of your being and say, I don't need this, and I don't need that to be who I am. So when you dig deep into yourself, your true existence, what is your true identity? Sit down, look deep into yourself and say, who am I? And when you say, who am I? The big question is going to be, why? Why am I this? Why do I think this way? Why do I believe this way? Why do I act this way? Why do I follow this person? Why do I believe in this religion? When you can nail those questions, when you can nail the why of who you are, then you start developing who you can become, okay? I did a video last week about religion, my deep disdain of organized religion, because it puts the thumb on you and it tells you, preaches to you from the time you're a little kid, that you need to believe this way, you need to function this way, you need to think this way. I hate organized religion. I hate any of that kind of stuff, okay? Another thing I can't stand, maybe I shouldn't use the word hate, but I'm a little angry right now because I got some feedback on my last video. I want who's ever following me or my philosophy to open your mind, okay? Open your mind. I don't want you to follow me. I want you to follow your own ability to think. Be a critical thinker, okay? Who are you? When you dig deep and you look back, and it's the reason I wrote my book. The reason I wrote my book, the number one reason I wrote my book, is unbeknownst to my parents, my mom and dad, they were conditioned to believe a certain way. So they brought me and my big sister to the Catholic Church, and we did the catechism, and we did the baptism, and we did the communion, and all the bullshit that goes along with the Catholic Church. But when I got older, and I became 17, 18 years old, I'm going, wait a minute. Why do I believe this? Why do I follow this? Okay? And I couldn't find a real reason why I followed, or thought I followed, or I was supposed to follow what my parents wanted me to believe. And I said, I don't need it. And I kicked it to the curb, and I wrote this book, and I created this philosophy. I did something a lot of people, I'm not bragging, what I'm trying to say is, I did something a lot of people won't do. They won't dig deep enough into their own existence and say, this that's in me, this that's been told to me, that's been taught to me, is not real to me. It's not factual. It's not factual. It's not real. Bring me the facts. I'm a very logical person. I don't disagree or agree that Jesus existed or anything, or God exists. I don't disagree with that. I'm not saying I disbelieve. I'm saying this is what I believe, okay? And so the point I'm trying to make is you can have a belief system. If you want to believe and follow a religion, that's fine. Or if you want to follow a certain philosophy, like common point, that is all fine. But look at it logically, okay? And if you have to take that little sliver of faith and say, I'm going to believe in this because it just gives me comfort. A lot of religions just give people comfort. I get it. I understand that. But don't let it rule your life or run your life. You need to run your life. You need to dig into your own being and say, this is who I am. This is why I am. And when you get the why answered to why and who you are, then you can start kicking the anchors away, kicking the luggage away out of your life. It's not easy it's not easy not being a follower. It's difficult because we live in a society with a lot of people, majority of people are followers, okay? If you want to be successful, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be healthy, if you want to be open-minded, if you want to be a critical thinker, if you want to have all the benefits that, for lack of a better word, God gave you, okay? I'm going to use that metaphor. You cannot be a follower. You have to be a leader. In order to be a leader, you have to think critically. You have to think with an open mind. I'm not to say that not to say that you can't believe certain things or follow certain faiths or certain understandings. There's nothing wrong with ritual. There's nothing wrong with that. Because what I'm trying to be really clear about is I am not saying all or nothing. I'm not saying you can't believe a certain way. Okay? I'm saying look deep into your own questions about yourself and say, why do I believe this? Why do I follow this? And if you come up with the 50-50 and say, I follow it because it makes me comfortable, it gives me peace, it gives me solace, it gives me rest, it takes it off my shoulders, I give it to God, I give it to the universe, I give it to Source. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But be honest with yourself. I have a good friend of mine an associate of mine, that bought my book. And he's a serious Christian. I don't have any problem with him being a Christian. What I do have a problem with is one day he said to me, he was late to work. And I'm tired. Why are you tired? Well, I had to go to church this morning. I said, why didn't you pray at home? And he got insulted. Okay? I believe he got hurt. I didn't mean to hurt him. I didn't mean to be derogatory towards his faith or belief. But that, in a sense, is letting your belief and your faith control you. Okay? I'm pleased that he bought my book and that he's reading my book. But he's a serious Christian, which is fine. And I respect that. Okay? But it bothered me, his silent reaction. I know I hurt him in a way, and I didn't mean to do that. That was not my intention. My intention was, why do you have to go to a church to pray? What is your true identity? I will harp on this over and over and over and over again with you guys that follow me, that want to follow this philosophy, or that don't want to follow my philosophy. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. It's not a personal thing. I want you to understand your life. I get so pissed off because your life is the only life you got, okay? It's the only life, I believe, and there's no proof otherwise, that you have. You need to dig deep and find out who you are. I keep bending my head down and it makes glare on the camera. Don't let money, a bad job, a bad relationship, a bad situation, a bad economy, bad politics, anything, all the chatter in our country that's going on right now. Don't let any of that interrupt you focusing on your true identity, on who you are, or who you want to become. Okay? I said in another video, and I didn't release it because it didn't turn out well. But there was a snippet in there that I want to repeat. We are going through a political tug-of-war right now in the United States. And we're going through that political tug-of-war not necessarily because of who's running. That's my bunny in the background, scratching. Hi, Leo. We're going through that tug-of-war in this country because we, as a nation, cannot face the truth. Reality. I got a statement in my book, and I said this a long time ago before I wrote my book. The truth will become lies, and the lies will become truth. The truth will become lies, and the lies will become truth. That is what's happening in our country. And the only way that we can get back to knowing the truth is being truthful to ourselves. If you are some dude wearing a certain hat saying, I'm going to vote for this person, you are not being truthful to yourself. You're not being honest to your own reality. You need to dig deep, and you need to study. You need to understand the reality of your choices. So there's a tug-of-war in the United States between politicians and who's running for president. I usually don't get into politics, and I'm not going to get into naming names and doing all that, going down that road, because that's what everybody else does. Because this is a deeper problem than who is running. It's a deeper problem than that. The problem lies in our society is not thinking critically, not getting the information and digesting it and understanding what the truth is. They're swallowing it, the propaganda, and they're going with the wave. If that is you, you need to really think about what you're going to lose if you follow that wave. Okay? That's all I'm going to go into about politics, because I'm going to get a lot of feedback. But I wanted to just go back here. What is your true identity? That identity in you makes very critical decisions about your life. I said this in a number of videos. You can take any 10 years of your life, from 1 to 10, from 10 to 20, from 20 to 30. Keep going. You can take that decade, take it down from the shelf, open it up like it's a library book, and look at that decade. Look at that decade, and it will tell you exactly what happened and the decisions you made then that got you to where you are today. The decisions that you made then got you where you are today. And you can go, huh, boy, that was a stupid decision. But at the time, you didn't know that, okay? We all do that. I've made those kind of decisions. Like, oh my God, why did I do that? I look back. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Those decisions that we make can be can be more, what's the word I'm looking for? The decisions that you make today can be more reliable, bringing you prosperity and a better life in the future a decade later if you look at your self-truth. Look at your identity. Look at your self-truth on who you are and why you're making that decision. And think really hard about it. Okay. I want to thank you so much for your support. And leave a comment. Please leave a comment. If you want to know more about the Common Point philosophy or the Common Point Society, which I am developing and want to be part of, email me, okay? The link below. If you want to know more about Common Point, watch more of my videos about Common Point, the philosophy. If you'd like to buy my book, link below. Everything's below, it's way down. The link below. Just click on the link, I almost said blink. Click on the link, buy me a coffee, and you can buy my book. I believe it's $80. And I will send you a copy. Link below. Subscribe to my channel. Okay? I am very determined to build a retreat. You can be part of this if you want to be. And more information about it, just email me or leave a comment. Everything's below. I am going to sign off for now and edit this mess I just created and send it out into the world. And real quick, what is the Common Point philosophy? It's about believing in Source. Like the word, the energy of the universe. In a nutshell, we are all connected to Source. We all can create Source. It is not a religion. It is a logical philosophy designed around the elements of the universe and the earth. And that's our connection to that. Our connection to life itself. That's the short answer of what the Common Point philosophy is. Go to the links below and check it out. Become part of the movement. Love to have you. We need to kick religion to the to the curb. And say it again. We need to kick religions to the curb, and we are. I did a little research, and there's a huge percentage of people that follow religion in the United States that do not follow religion anymore. It's waning. It's disappearing. Churches have less people going to them. People are waking up. We are heading for a new dawn of realization. We're heading for a new dawn of understanding. We're getting away from all this dogma and religious BS, okay? Be real clear. I am not trying to start a religion, but if you read my book, it will help you be more open-minded, be more analytical, be more away from being conditioned by any kind of dogma that's out there. You don't need it. You got you. Everything you want is within you. It's in your core. You dig deep enough about your self-truth, about who you are and your own reality. You dig deep enough, you can do anything you want in life. You don't need a damn religion to do that, okay? You don't need anybody to help you create a great life. You don't. You got it. You got all this deep in you. Dig deep, pull it out, suck it up, do the work, put in the time, and you will achieve whatever you want, okay? Love you guys. That's my rant for the day. Have a great day. Love you. Bye now.